Like most people, I've also decided to make a list of goals for 2017. These goals, I'm refusing to use the word resolution, okay? These goals of mine um, are are ways of motivating myself to be a better person, right? It's a list of about 12 goals, but I'll only list 8 on here because no, I'll list like 7, yeah, because the other are not related to anything that I talk about on this channel. So let's just focus on 7 of them. 2 of these goals are less important. So this is kind of like a top 5. Top 5 for goals. Yeah, so the 7th goal on this list is to attend BEA. BEA is a time where people in the book industry meet up in New York for a few days, and authors go, publishers go, booksellers go, booktubers go. So it's a really cool event where me as a booktuber and as a writer can socialize with people in the industry. Last year it was in Chicago. I did not go. This year it's back in New York, and I really want to go. They're changing things up. I think they're kind of rebranding themselves in the sense of wanting to be more exclusive to people in the actual industry. So they're getting a little snobbier with their form of registration, which makes sense. So I guess they're kind of weeding out the people who really don't matter. But that's not a problem. I'm not worried about that. I think I could get through it. They're also raising the prices, which is predictable, ridiculous but predictable. But I'm also not worried about that. What I'm worried about is that I might not be able to go because of work. I'm not sure if I could take those particular days off. So even though I can go, I don't know if I can. Which is why it's number 7 on my list. Goal number 6 is to read more diversely. Like most booktubers, that's a goal of mine, yes. But it's number 6 because I already consider myself a diverse reader. I think that I'm lucky to be North American, living in a country with a bunch of diverse people everywhere you look. Unless you're like in Alabama or like somewhere down south. I don't know, I can't speak for them, but living in an urban city like Chicago, diversity is everywhere. Also, I am of a diverse background. I speak 2 languages. I work in a place full of foreigners. Anyway, I already consider myself a diverse reader. I just want to push it a little more. I want to try harder to read diverse books. Diverse in terms of the author who wrote it, diverse in terms of plot, diverse in terms of characters, in terms of themes and settings, just diverse in general. I want to read more books that you don't find usually on the bestseller lists by authors who aren't fully known by the entire country, you know? Okay, so let's get into the more important goals of mine. Goal number 5 is to read more classics. So Oxford Living Dictionaries defines classics as a work of art of distinguished value, something like that. So this could mean that I'll be reading Pride and Prejudice. I hope to God I finish Pride and Prejudice this year. But it could also mean that I'll be reading the Bible, the Quran, the Vedas, the Prophet, the Alchemist, the Harry Potter. The list of what classic or what could be considered a classic is endless, but obviously it has to be of distinguished value. So that's the goal of mine, to read more classics. Speaking of classics, goal number 4 is to finally read every published book in A Song of Ice and Fire before the 6th season of Game of Thrones premieres. So I want to read every book that's been published, all 5, plus maybe the companion or like the other. Just get really into Game of Thrones and those books before the 6th season premieres. Goal number 3 is to start a book club. I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, but I haven't done it, and I want to do it. It's going to be a monthly book club. Let's just hope that some people are interested, right? But yeah, if it fails, I hope it doesn't. But if it does, oh well, I tried, right? So that's goal number 3. Goal number 2 is to at least post 3 videos a month on here. I know it's not a lot. 3 videos is like nothing for some people, but this channel isn't like most channels. I'm not a booktuber who films and edits and uploads videos in one language. I upload and I film and I edit videos in 2 languages too. So it's pretty tiresome. It takes a lot of time. So I have to find time now to read and to do my writing and to go to work and to film, edit, and upload videos in 2 languages. So 3 videos a month is gonna take a lot of time already. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't originally plan this channel to be bilingual, but the idea came to me and I just decided to go with it. And then when I got really tired of doing 2 languages, I thought about dropping 1, Spanish, but diversity is very important to me, and I figured that the more people I can reach, the better, right? But that's still kind of like, it was just still hard to continue doing it. And then I just started looking at my analytics and my audience. So today I can tell you guys that the majority of my viewers are from Spanish speaking countries. And even though I still have a large percentage of viewers in the United States, let's remember that this country has no official language. So who's to say that the majority of my viewers in this country aren't Spanish speaking, right? So I decided to continue doing videos in 2 languages, which means that the amount of work is not gonna go down. So 3 videos per month at least is a goal of mine. Okay, so my number 1 goal is to read a minimum of 4 books a month. And these 4 books have to complete 7 categories. So 4 books a month, but every month I want to read a book by an author I haven't read before. I want to read a newly released book, so it has to be released either that month or the last week of the month before. I want to read a book in Spanish. I want to read 1 nonfiction book, 1 fiction book, 1 inspirational book, a new age book, some sort of book that is like a self-help book. It could be either like a book like The 4 Agreements, or the Alchemist, or The Secret, or books in that sense. And one of these books has to be randomly selected from my shelves. So each month when I do my TBR, I have to select a book at random from my bookshelves, and that's going to be one of the 4 books of the month. So by the end of the year, I hope to have read 50 books. That means that if I read 4 books a month, then I'm going to have to read more than 4 books on certain months. Unless I'm ahead of schedule, then I could read less, or it just depends on where I'm at during the year. But 50 books minimum, that's goal number 1. And that's it. So those are it. Those are my goals for 2017. I am very optimistic about this year, even though I was very optimistic about 2016, and we all know how that turned out. Um, I'm still, I'm still, I'm still happy about this whole new year. I'm really feeling it, you know. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to talk to me, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to be happy and take care. Have a happy new year. Peace.